Well, that was a nice little ride across, and I can't wait to see what's on Young Island. Hello.
Hi, welcome to Young Island. I'm Jackie, the assistant manager.
Well, thank you very much for letting us come across.
Okay, let me give you a guided tour of our property.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Well, at first view, it's very beautiful.
It is.
Lovely greenery and flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard so much about this place, I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Okay, you're in for a treat this morning.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, what's that? What's that?
This is our lobster pond.
Okay.
An area where we keep our lobster until Friday nights when we have lobster dinner. So this is like a holding area.
Oh, wow. Let's have a better look at that. Oh, poor little fellas, they don't know there's somebody's dinner, do they? Oh, look, there's a whole crowd of them in there. Oh, you're fattening them up.
Yes, yes. The lobsters have to be kept alive until dinner time. So they're taken straight from there, right to the pot.
Oh, I almost feel sorry for the poor fellas.
Don't feel sorry. It's great dinner.
I'm a bit like that. You know, a bit of soft touch when it comes to wildlife.
Okay.
I heard you have some nice parrots over here.
Yes, we do. We have a wide selection of
Parrots?
Of wildlife.
Okay.
We have parrots, we have peacocks, we have iguanas, we have agoutis, and
I had no idea you had that many. I
yes.
knew about the parrots, but I had no idea that you had peacocks.
Yes.
Do you have any with the tail in full? What's the expression? You know, when they're mating.
When they're mating, yes, in full bloom.
Right.
You probably might see them toward the top of the island when we get to the top.
Okay, well that's something to look forward to.
Yes, yes. And the parrots, they're from the endangered species of the St Vincent parrots.
Right.
So we keep them in cage because that's part of the requirement from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Oh right, you're not allowed to have them flying around.
Oh no, you have to keep them encaged, and so the Ministry of Agriculture will come from time to time and do an inspection.
Okay, I understand. Well, I'm completely in awe of the place. It's very beautiful. I just don't know where to tell you to start.
Okay, start planning your honeymoon. Okay, so let's move up. I'll take you to some of the areas, some of the rooms, and some of the amenities to just to show you around.
Where are we now?
Okay, we're in the main dining area.
Okay.
We do most of our eating in the outside gazebos. We have a main dining room that's upstairs, but most of our guests prefer to eat outdoors.
I can imagine that.
Yes, so we have these gazebos, and they're all prepared for either 2-seating or 4-seating or for group seating.
Well, they're very delightful. Once you're in there, you have this feeling of exclusivity.
Right, and they all face the ocean, so you.
Okay. And some of them are all hidden away inside.
Yes, so you have that privacy also.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Where are you taking us now to?
We're taking you up to look at some rooms, and as we pass up, I'll show you the poolside, and part of our nature trail and so on.
While we're in the dining area, how many different dining areas do you have?
Well, most of the time we eat in this area because it's popular, but the upper dining room can seat 65 persons.
That many?
Yes.
Wow.
So like if we have a closed function and the people prefer that enclosed area, then we will focus on that area.
Well, that's another place for us to look forward to.
Okay.
Jacqueline, I can see a glimpse of blue through there. That's your pool, isn't it?
It is. It's our saltwater swimming pool. The water is pumped in from the ocean and it continues to flow all the way back out. So there's a constant circulation. So it's fresh salt water.
I can tell you, I have never seen a saltwater pool before.
Yes. And it's very popular among the guests because sometimes they do not feel like swimming in the open ocean. So they can come here and have a swim and still have the feel of bathing in the salt water.
Well, I think I should go dip my toes in it.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Go on through, I'll follow you.
Okay.
Well, it's very early in the morning. Is this a good time for the guests to start coming out, or are they mostly late risers, would you say?
Because breakfast ends at 10 o'clock, they try to catch breakfast because breakfast is a delight, so they don't want to miss it.
I would imagine that.
So they would come out, have breakfast, and then sometimes they may go back to their rooms and rest a while before coming out later on in the day to catch the sun. Here is, as I mentioned before, here is quite popular among the guests, and we have many of our guests who come every year, would frequent this area, especially in the morning, and then later on when the sun rises, they will go out to the ocean.
What about night time? Would you have lots of pool parties here?
Not a lot. Most of our guests are quite conservative.
I would imagine that. Oh look, there's one of the peacocks we were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks rather friendly. Do you have names for them?
Unfortunately not. But the guests have their favorites.
How many do you think you have on the island?
In excess of 20.
That many?
Yes, but they stay more to the top.
Do they breed here or do you import them in?
No, they breed here. When they get too many, then we take some over to the mainland.
Okay. Oh, it sounds like delightful. Jacqueline, where do these steps lead?
Okay, our steps lead up to the deluxe and to the luxury cottages,
Okay.
and also up to the nature trail and to the tennis court.
Wonderful. Well,
So-
lead the way. I'm right behind
Okay.
you. Jacqueline, this is quite a climb, isn't it? The guests get exercised and stretched as they go get their breakfast and come back. don't
Yeah, that's the whole idea. It prepares you for the meal so that you have a good excuse to enjoy your meals. Also too, it's also a warm-up area for folks who come up to play tennis.
they? Right.
So that by the time you get to the tennis court, you're nice and warm, no need to do any further stretching.
Well, that sounds okay to me.
Okay, I'm going to take you to one of our luxury hillside cottages.
Okay.
This is cottage number 28. It has a great view of parts of St Vincent and some of the Grenadine Islands.
What a wonderful thing to wake up to in the morning.
Yes, lovely view. And you have the option of ordering breakfast up here, so you can have your breakfast on your patio
Okay.
rather than going downstairs if you care to.
Well, I can't find the words, Jacqueline. It's beautiful.
As I said earlier, start planning.
Oh, look how big the beds are.
Yeah.
Jacqueline, do you mind if I sample the bed?
Not at all. Go right ahead and see what it feels like.
Oh, it's very firm. Oh, imagine waking up here and, just looking out your window, looking at that hammock and thinking, oh, that's where I'm going to next. There's no little private dipping area in this
No,
one.
the plunge pools are only on the luxuries on the beach.
Okay.
But we have plans for the future because we've had numerous requests from guests asking to have plunge pools for the hillside cottages.
Okay.
I guess they want to stay up here for the whole day.
Do you have jacuzzis?
No, all we have are the 2 plunge pools assigned to the 2 luxury cottages on the beach.
Okay. Well, let's go have a look at your tennis courts next.
Okay, good idea.
Thank you. Well, Jackie, we've stopped climbing. Does that mean we've reached the top of the island?
To the absolute top. Okay, this is a very popular spot for guests who are planning weddings
Okay.
because they would plan to have a wedding at that gazebo.
You mean that thing over there?
Yeah.
That's very nice. We should wander along and have a look at it,
Yeah.
shouldn't we?
For a wedding though, it's much more decorated. There are lots of flowers and so on.
There's a wedding later on today. Is this where she wants to get married?
No, actually, she's chosen a quieter spot, a more conservative spot.
Well, this is very nice in here. I was just about to have a sit down, but yeah, there you go. Trying to find a nice dry spot to sit down in. I could imagine, Jackie, if I was sitting here, I'd feel very inspired and want to sit and write poetry.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you can hear all the sounds of nature, just all around
You have the ocean in the background. You have all the wildlife. In season, that is somewhere around March, April, May, there are lots of iguanas wandering around here.
So what happens to them in the meantime?
They've gone on a retreat.
Booked into one of the cottages.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's mating season, there are lots of them wandering around.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the tennis courts next. Jackie, this is quite a nice looking tennis court. What's it covered with?
The material is called hard true, and it's rolled every morning so that the surface remains smooth. So you have to wear the appropriate shoes for this court. And so the material is much softer than concrete so that if you fall, you don't have bruises and so on and scratches.
Did you mention it was lit as well?
Yes. So you get the chits from the front office, and when you come up to play on evenings, you put the chit in and it will be lighted for 1 hour.
Oh, wonderful. You know what I've noticed as I've been walking around, everything is, and your garden is so well kept. You know, the lawns are manicured, everything
Yes,
is just so perfect.
We have a group of well-dedicated gardeners. There are
How
about
many do
6
you
or
have?
7 of them,
Okay.
headed by Vernon. Vernon has been with the company in excess of 30 years, and he does a wonderful job to keep the property looking well.
Jacqueline, what's going on here? What's this arch for?
Oh, we're having a wedding here this afternoon at 2:30. We have a couple from Wales, and they plan to get married here, and they have chosen this location because they like the view. You have Beckway in the distance. You have the Caribbean Sea surfs coming, the Atlantic surf coming in on that side,
Okay.
and you have the Caribbean Sea on that side. So you have a meeting of waters right here, maybe symbolic of their marriage.
Oh yeah, meeting of two.
Yeah.
Look, you can actually see the difference in the color of the water, can't
Yes,
you?
yes, and also the surfs.
Yeah.
The surf are coming in from the Atlantic side, and then you have the flat waters of the Caribbean Sea.
What's going on over there? There's some sort of, there's like a wall on that little island over there.
Okay, that used to be a dock there where our ferry docked there every Friday evening. We used to have the manager's cocktail party at the base there.
Okay.
Actually, the whole island is called Fort Duvernay, and it's locally called Rock Fort. And it used to be an old fort that protected the town of Calico
Right.
in the days when the British and the French had their wars. And so there are steps, the National Trust is now in charge of the whole island, and there are steps going up for the people who were interested in going up to see the old cannons and so on.
Wow.
But in 1999 there was a major rock slide,
Okay.
and so all the steps were damaged, so now we no longer go over there.
Well, thank you for bringing us around. It's a little bit windy.
Yeah.
Let's escape back round to the other side
Side.
now, and we'll have a look at Sunset Point.
Yes,
Thank you. Jackie, is this your sunset point?
it is. It faces towards Kingstown and Arnersville,
Okay.
and it's very popular with guests for weddings. This is a spot that's very nice on afternoons, evenings, when as the sun sets, you can sit here and enjoy the view.
Is that a nice time to have a wedding? Do a lot of people want to get married at sunset?
A lot of people like to get married at sunset points during sunset.
It's an absolutely glorious view of St Vincent over there.
Yes, it is. You have the Arnersville Point.
Yeah.
The airport is just around the corner. And you have Arnersville, you have St Andrew Mountains in the background, and all of Villa.
You don't often get to see it this way around,
Right,
isn't it?
right.
So frequently you drive and you look at it, look at the island.
When you're on the mainland driving along, you don't know what St Vincent look like from that side. So you have that view from this side now. A lot of beautiful homes on that side.
Yeah, they certainly are. I was just going to mention that. And it's just nice sitting here listening to the waves
Oh
crash
yes,
against
crashing.
the rocks.
Yes, yes, yes. And even though we are not having weddings, a lot of guests would come here and just have some cocktails and just sit and enjoy the evening.
Wonderful. Well, there's one last thing for me to do. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Well, Jackie, all this little visit has come to an end. It's been totally fantastic being shown around Young Island. Thank you very much for making the experience good for us.
Oh, it was a pleasure for me showing you around the lovely property. Now that you've had a chance to see what we offer, I hope that you'll be able to come back sometime and enjoy our wonderful cuisine, because we have lots of great food and breakfast, lunch and dinner. We hope you'll find the time to come back and enjoy
We'll
it.
certainly take you up on that. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Thank you. And before I go, there's only one last thing for me to do.